Hey class, it's me, Mr. B. I wanted to make a quick video for you to go over how to do the graph paper programming part of this lesson. So this lesson is all about algorithms. Algorithms being step-by-step instructions on how to solve a problem. So with that said, let's jump into the graph paper programming activities. So this is your first slide that we need to do something with. So this is the pattern we want to replicate. So we want to look at this pattern, and using these symbols down here, we are going to write an algorithm over here that would create this pattern. So let me go over the symbols quickly. This arrow pointing to the right means move right. This arrow pointing down means move down. This arrow pointing left means move left. This arrow pointing up means move up. And this little scribble line means to color in the block. So all of your starting positions will be in this top left-hand corner. So we are going to start every pattern in this top left-hand corner. So, in order to make this pattern, we need to move right. That is our first step. Remember, we're doing a step-by-step process. We're creating an algorithm. So we need to move right. So, what I would suggest is to make copies of these symbols. You can either come up to Edit, Copy, or you can do Control C and then Control V and make a copy. So you can bring that symbol up to step 1. So what would step 2 be? Well, here's a great tip and technique that a lot of students used last year, and I use it too. Make your cursor, see my cursor here, the arrow? Make that almost like your pattern drawing robot. So you are telling it to move over 1 and move your cursor over as you recreate this pattern in your head. And remember, we always start in this top left-hand square. So this is my little robot. I'm telling him to move over to the right once. Now what should he do? He should scribble in. So let's go ahead and come back here. I'm going to Control C, Control V, make a copy, and say your second step is to scribble in. Well, what should my third step be? I need to move over right once again. So Control C, Control V, and that will be my third step. So what would be my fourth step? I'm right here now. I have to scribble in again. Control C, Control V, scribble in. Every time I complete one full row of code, I go back and check it. Always check your code, make sure that it makes sense and it works. So I'm going to follow this code again, starting again in this top left-hand corner. Let's see if it works. Move over to the right one, scribble. Move over, scribble. Perfect. Now, the next step, I need to move over again. So our fifth step will be to move over again. So that puts me here. Now what do I need to do? I need to move down. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, the move down symbol. My sixth step. That puts me here. So I need to scribble again. Control C, Control V. Let me get that scribble symbol. And I'm going to put it here. Now I need to move over to the left. So let's grab that left symbol, Control C, Control V. That is my eighth move, or my eighth step. That puts me here. I need to move over again to the left. So Control C, Control V. That will be my ninth step. Remember, these steps have to be in order. So that will put me, let's go back and review the code. Move over, scribble, move over, scribble, move over, move down, scribble, move over, move over. So I need to move over one more time to get me into that block before I can scribble. So that is my 10th step, which puts me here. And then I need to scribble again. So it took 11 steps, step by step, to replicate this pattern. Remember, they have to be in order. So look at your numbers up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 20. I've given you space to do 20 steps. You will not need 20 steps for most of these patterns. As you can see, we've already created this pattern with only 11 steps. Once you've created the pattern, you're done. You don't have to go down, go over, and get all the way to the end of this pattern down here. No. Once you have completed all the fill-in scribbles that you need to make the pattern, you're done. So you might have some algorithms that you write that are 11 steps. You might have some that are 7 steps. You might have some that are all 20 steps. It just depends on the pattern. Also, you could have different patterns for the same, you could have different algorithms for the same pattern. So what does that mean? That means that I chose to go right first and then scribble. You could choose to go down first and then scribble, and then over, and then back up and scribble, and then over and scribble, and back down. That's a completely different algorithm. Or you can go down, scribble, and then go all the way over, scribble, go up, and then come over. That will be left up to you. My only bit of advice as you write your algorithms, best practices when you write algorithms is to make the shortest amount of steps. Why? Because you want it to perform your task the quickest. Algorithms are all about efficiency. So if you're in a competition and you have a robot that is performing 11 steps versus a robot that's performing 20 steps, the robot performing the 11 steps is going to win. So just think about that as you are writing your algorithms. So that is how you are going to complete this portion of this assignment, the graph paper programming. You're going to have different patterns on each slide. And remember, you're going to have to write the steps for them. And once you have the pattern, you are done with that algorithm. So again, you do not have to go from left to right all the way down. Once you have the pattern made, you're done. If you have any questions, please make sure you message me or contact me on Google Classroom.